Hey everyone, welcome back to Waka Waka. Abby here. In today's vlog, it's gonna be a sit down vlog, of course, because I'm sitting down and I'm talking to you guys. I'll be talking about my regrets here in the Philippines. Yeah, it has gotten to this, I'm sorry. Yeah, but in regards to regret, it's not like life changing decisions, but more likely with like destinations, places that I actually wanted to visit, and just things happen and I couldn't really go to these places. And with this lockdown, of course, there's just been enough time to think about life, think about, oh, I wish I had done that, I wish I had done this, and just reviewed my life, my last 4 years of living here, and just at first you count the blessings, of course. You have a roof over your head, you have food to eat, you have friends that love you, and family and friends, and you're okay. But then on the other side, you also have to look at those things that you really fucked up. But we're not talking about the things that I fucked up, but mostly in regards to, as someone that is very adventurous, someone that loves traveling, things that I wish I had done here in the Philippines. So that's what this vlog will be about. Okay, I've been opening my window. Not I've been open my window. Whenever I sleep at night, I leave my window open. Like, I'm not this kind of person that can sleep with an aircon. If there's an aircon switched on, I'm usually hidden underneath the duvet. I cannot tolerate cold at all. I have zero chill for cold. Okay, so I would usually leave my window open, and this morning I killed 2 mosquitoes. I am a good mosquito killer, and I found my blood, and I think I found the spot that they've been sucking my blood from. It's just crazy. Like, I live really high up from the ground, right? I'm surprised that they still managed to make their ways into this apartment. Okay, let's talk about my regrets here in the Philippines. The first one would be, let's see, after my first year of living here, I attended the Hotel Balloon Festival in Pampanga, and it was really beautiful. I had so much fun. So I was like, I'm sure there might be more festivals here in the Philippines. So I googled it, and the ones that really caught my eyes was the Sinulog Festival and Flower Festival in Baguio. And for the Sinulog, like, I came across so many vlogs about it, like just the pictures of how beautiful it was. So I've always had it at the back of my mind that it would be nice to visit one of these, to actually vlog about it. And I've just been postponing it. The first year I couldn't go, the second year I couldn't, the third year, by then I already knew my friend Carla, and she was like, Abby, don't worry. It's because she's from Cebu. I have a friend that has an apartment there, so we have free accommodation for the whole weekend. We can party, and she knows the town quite well, right? And she knows like where you get the most of the action. And of course, by December I ran away to Siargao. And when it was January, I was like, oh, so I'm sorry, I cannot make it. And that was one really good thing that I fucked up, Sinulog Festival. My second regret here in the Philippines would be, this was the trip to Batanes. For this one, I would literally blame the devil, like the devil was at work in this particular one. 2 months ahead, I had, flight booked, I had hotel booked, everything was ready. So imagine this particular semester was really, really stressful, and I wasn't having issues in class. I was just having difficulties with working with some project partners. So in my school, as a student, if you miss 4 or 5 classes, you would automatically fail the subject. So in all of my courses throughout my 4 years of studying, I keep my absence very minimal. So like 1 or 2, that's the most I would leave a course for, or 0, like, or not even missing any class at all. So 2 months ahead, everything is planned. And then for this particular class that I've been causing trouble and having issues with some of my classmates, 3 weeks into the end of the semester, the lecturer was like, today on this particular date, everybody check your calendar, that is when you do your final exams. And immediately I went on my phone and I looked at my flight confirmation, and it's just a day before the exams. I just raised my hand immediately and walked to the front of the class and was like, Miss, I'm so sorry, but I booked this trip to Batanes 2 months ago. Is there anything you can do for me? And she looked at me and she was like, Abby, and then she was like, okay, you can do your exams online, you can do your presentation online, and and you can go on your trip. And she was like, Abby is the only person permitted to leave this class. All of you must show up for your final examination, which was really nice of her. But then that's not even that's not even the gist of it all. The day before the flight, Cebu Pacific postponed the flight to another day, but they were like, just keep your day open in case we might call you guys impromptu to fly depending on the weather condition. So the weather around this period was really windy and no flight was going towards that direction, and I think it was only Cebu Pacific that was actually flying to Batanes then. So imagine me for 2 months, I've been Batanes streaming, packing my sweaters. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be a great time for me, and I've been flexing on my friends already, like, have you been to Batanes? Have you been to Batanes? I'm going to Batanes, I'm going to Batanes. And then the day before my exam, which was the day I was supposed to fly, they canceled the flight. And then the second day I was like, oh my god, please, this must not I really want to go to Batanes. Batanes is like the heaven. That's like the ultimate, one of the ultimate destinations here in the Philippines. This is an opportunity for me to actually visit Batanes, and I can brag about it. Then the second day we were at the airport, bags and everything, and then we're like, I'm sorry, this flight is cancelled. I'm like, oh damn. I just picked my single luggage and walked out of the airport, and I came back home, and the exam was going on, but because she allowed me to do the exams, so I refused to go to class because I was so sad. I was really disappointed. So in this case, I couldn't control. Everything was just against me. Every single thing, like everything was just against me. I pulled on the wire. For my third regret in the Philippines, what would that be? Let's see. For my third regret in the Philippines, that would be visiting Wang Od, the last remaining tribal tattoo artist here in the Philippines. And in this situation, I traveled to Baguio, had great time there. And then I was speaking to like one of the taxi drivers, and I was like, where can I go to? And he said, go to the north. He said, you're gonna love it. So I said, so where should I go to? He said, get a bus. So I went the next day, and the bus leaves early in the morning. So I came back again, and then early in the morning the next day, 5 a.m., I went to the car park and I took the bus to Sagada. For me, Sagada is actually one of the most beautiful places in the Philippines. Not Palawan. I've been to Palau severally, okay? But Sagada is amazing. It's just nature. Even the drive through the mountains and the rest with the open windows. I really love Sagada. So while I was in Sagada, I finished like 2 days in Sagada. So I had two choices. I was like, you can go to Kalinga, which is where Wangod is, and you can go to Banawe in Batad. So those were the two choices. The problem was that it's the same hours. So it's like, I think it's like 9 hours drive from Sagada to Wangod, and it's also 9 hours drive to Batad. It was like these options, but then I chose Banawe rice terraces to visit. So that was how I missed out on that opportunity. And in regards to tattoo, I am scared of needles, but I was like, this is the last living legend, okay? This woman she's amazing. This is like one of those rite of passages that you have to take in the Philippines. And I also heard that you don't pick the tattoo. She looks at you and she picks the tattoo for you. So I was like, you know what? I don't really care. I'm willing to go through the pain of getting a tattoo as long as it's from Wangod, and anything else is trash. So that is my third regret, not going to Kalinga and going to meet Wangod. And then for my fourth regret, that would be before the lockdown, before the pandemic, my friends, they had plans to go to Boracay. And before this, of course, I've been to Boracay twice already. And on the day that they picked, I think I had like some school assignments. I had an important presentation to do in school. So they're like, Abby, come, it's gonna be fun. It's just 2 days, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I have an exams. The funny thing was that, it would have been nice to have gone to Boracay and come back, and then the pandemic happened, and I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I did that. The funny thing is that they went to Boracay, they had so much fun, and then when they came back, that was when we went on lockdown, right? Like, the exam that I stayed back for got cancelled. So I was like, I was screwed both ways. It's like, okay, no exam, no presentation, no Boracay, but go on lockdown, and that was it. So I think these are the 4 regrets that I can remember so far. These are the things that are like some of the things that were like, oh my god, now that I'm thinking about it, I wish I had been more proactive in regards to them. So these are some of my regrets here in the Philippines. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. Bye.